1741, a year that would forever be etched in the annals of Indian history, marking a significant turning point in the region's struggle for power and control. This was a time when the Indian subcontinent was a mosaic of kingdoms, each with its own ambitions and challenges. The year 1741 stands out not just for its historical significance, but for the dramatic events that unfolded, altering the course of history. The tranquility of the Malabar coast, known for its serene landscapes and bustling trade routes, was shattered by the deafening roar of cannons and the fierce clash of swords. The air was thick with the smoke of battle, and the ground trembled under the weight of marching soldiers. The Battle of Colachel, a pivotal moment in the history of South India, unfolded on this very coast. It was not just a battle but a symbol of resistance and determination. The stakes were high, and the outcome would shape the future of the region. This was a clash of empires, a struggle for dominance between the mighty Dutch East India Company and the resolute Kingdom of Travancore. The Dutch, with their superior naval fleet and extensive resources, were confident of their victory. However, they underestimated the resolve and strategic brilliance of their opponents. The Dutch East India Company, renowned for its maritime prowess and control over the lucrative spice trade, had set its sights on expanding its dominion in the Malabar region. Their ships, laden with spices and treasures, sailed the seas with an air of invincibility. They believed that their superior technology and well-trained forces would easily overpower any resistance. Travancore, a relatively small kingdom nestled in the southern tip of India, stood as a formidable obstacle to their ambitions. Despite its size, Travancore was rich in culture, tradition, and strategic acumen. The people of Travancore were fiercely loyal and deeply rooted in their heritage, ready to defend their land at any cost. Led by the visionary Maharaja Marthanda Varma, Travancore dared to resist the Dutch, setting the stage for a confrontation that would have far-reaching consequences. Maharaja Marthanda Varma was not just a ruler, but a strategist, a leader who inspired his people to stand united against a formidable foe. His vision and leadership transformed Travancore into a bastion of resistance, ready to face the might of the Dutch East India Company. The preparations for the battle were meticulous. Soldiers trained rigorously, blacksmiths forged weapons with precision, and the entire kingdom rallied together. Women prepared supplies and tended to the wounded, showcasing the collective spirit of the people. Every individual played a role, contributing to the war effort in their own way. As the Dutch ships approached the coast, the tension was palpable. The Indian soldiers, though fewer in number, were ready to defend their homeland with unparalleled courage and determination. The stage was set for a battle that would be remembered for generations. The Battle of Colachel was fierce and relentless. The sound of cannons echoed across the coast, and the clash of swords filled the air. Both sides fought valiantly, but it was the indomitable spirit of the Travancore soldiers that turned the tide. Their strategic maneuvers and unwavering resolve caught the Dutch off guard. In a stunning turn of events, the Dutch forces were forced to retreat. The victory at Colachel was not just a military triumph, but a testament to the resilience and unity of the people of Travancore. It marked the beginning of the end for Dutch ambitions in the region. The celebrations in Travancore were grand and heartfelt. Maharaja Marthanda Varma addressed his people, praising their bravery and dedication. The victory at Colachel became a symbol of hope and inspiration, a reminder that even the mightiest of empires could be challenged and defeated. The Battle of Colachel remains a significant chapter in the history of South India. It is a story of courage, strategy, and the unyielding spirit of a people determined to protect their land and heritage. The legacy of this battle continues to inspire and remind us of the power of unity and resilience. The Dutch East India Company, often referred to as the Vossy, Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie, was a force to be reckoned with in the 17th and 18th centuries. This powerful entity was not just a trading company, it was a pioneering multinational corporation that wielded immense influence and power. The VOC's reach extended far beyond the borders of the Netherlands, impacting global trade and politics in ways that were unprecedented at the time. Established in 1602, the VOC was granted a monopoly over Dutch trade in Asia. This monopoly allowed the company to control the spice trade, which was one of the most lucrative markets of the era. The VOC's charter gave it the authority to build forts, maintain armies, and even negotiate treaties with Asian rulers, effectively making it a state within a state. The company's primary objective was to secure control over the lucrative spice trade, which originated in the Indonesian archipelago. Spices such as pepper, cloves, and nutmeg were highly sought after in Europe, and the VOC's control over these commodities allowed it to amass great wealth. The Indonesian islands, rich in these valuable spices, became the focal point of the VOC's operations. Driven by immense profits from spices such as pepper, the VOC invested heavily in securing and maintaining its trade routes. The company established a series of fortified trading posts and colonies throughout Asia, ensuring that it could protect its interests and maintain its monopoly. Cloves and nutmeg were particularly valuable, and the VOC went to great lengths to control their production and distribution. The company established plantations and enforced strict regulations to ensure that these spices remained under its control. This allowed the VOC to dictate prices and maintain its dominance in the spice trade. The VOC established a vast network of trading posts and colonies across Asia. These outposts served as hubs for trade and allowed the company to exert its influence over a wide area. The VOC's presence in Asia was marked by a combination of military might and strategic alliances with local rulers. Their ships, armed with cannons and manned by experienced sailors, ruled the seas. The VOC's fleet was one of the most formidable naval forces of the time, capable of defending its trade routes and deterring potential rivals. The company's ships were a common sight in the waters of Asia, Europe, and beyond. The company's wealth and influence were unparalleled, making it a dominant power in the region. The VOC's success in the spice trade translated into immense profits, which were used to further expand its operations and solidify its position. The company's impact on global trade and politics was profound, and its legacy can still be seen in the modern world. In the southwestern corner of India lay the Kingdom of Travancore, a land of verdant hills, fertile plains, and a rich cultural heritage. Ruled by the Travancore royal family, the kingdom had a long and illustrious history. By the 18th century, Travancore had emerged as a significant power in the region under the reign of Maharaja Marthanda Varma. Marthanda Varma, a visionary ruler, ascended the throne of Travancore in 1729. He inherited a kingdom facing internal strife and external threats. Determined to strengthen his realm, he embarked on a series of ambitious reforms. He reorganized the army, improved infrastructure, and implemented administrative changes to centralize power and enhance efficiency. Section 4. Marthanda Varma, architect of Travancore's resistance. Maharaja Marthanda Varma was not just a ruler. He was a shrewd strategist, a skilled military commander, and a visionary leader. He understood the gravity of the threat posed by the Dutch East India Company's expansionist ambitions. He recognized that Travancore's independence and prosperity depended on resisting the Dutch. Under his leadership, Travancore adopted a multi-pronged strategy to counter the Dutch threat. He strengthened his army by recruiting skilled soldiers, including Nair warriors, known for their martial prowess. He also formed alliances with other local rulers who felt threatened by the Dutch presence. Marthanda Varma was determined to defend his kingdom's sovereignty at all costs. Section 5. Dutch aggression and the march to Colachel. The Dutch East India Company, emboldened by its military and economic might, sought to expand its control over the pepper trade in the Malabar region. This lucrative trade was vital for the Dutch, as pepper was a highly sought-after commodity in Europe, fetching high prices and ensuring substantial profits. The Malabar coast, known for its rich and fertile lands, was a prime area for pepper cultivation, making it a focal point for European colonial powers. They viewed Travancore's resistance to their trade demands as an affront to their authority. The Kingdom of Travancore, under the astute leadership of Maharaja Marthanda Varma, was determined to protect its sovereignty and economic interests. The Dutch, however, saw this defiance as a challenge to their dominance and were unwilling to tolerate any opposition to their expansionist ambitions. In 1741, Eustachius de Lannoy, the Dutch governor of Ceylon, decided to launch a military expedition against Travancore. De Lannoy, a seasoned military strategist, believed that a show of force would quickly subdue the Travancoreans and bring them to the negotiating table. His plan was to strike at the heart of Travancore's defenses and capture key strategic locations, thereby crippling their ability to resist Dutch demands. The Dutch assembled a formidable force, consisting of ships armed with cannons, European soldiers, and local mercenaries. This diverse and well-equipped army was a testament to the Dutch's commitment to their colonial ambitions. The soldiers, both European and local, were trained in advanced military tactics and were prepared for the challenges of warfare in the tropical climate of the Malabar coast. They set sail from Colombo, Ceylon, and landed on the Malabar coast, aiming to capture the strategic port city of Colachel, which lay within Travancore's territory. The journey was arduous, with the ships navigating through treacherous waters and unpredictable weather. Upon reaching the Malabar coast, the Dutch forces quickly established a beachhead and began their march towards Colachel, confident in their ability to overwhelm the local defenses. The Dutch believed that a decisive victory over Travancore would cement their dominance in the region. They were convinced that their superior firepower and military expertise would easily crush any resistance. The Dutch leaders, confident in their strategy, anticipated a swift and decisive campaign that would not only secure their control over the pepper trade, but also send a clear message to other regional powers about the might of the Dutch East India Company. The Battle of Colachel wasn't just a victory for Travancore, it was a victory for all who believe in the strength of freedom and justice. If you enjoyed this journey into one of history's most incredible battles, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Crazy Color Facts for more epic stories from the past.